Meredith Grey and Derek Shepherd's love story had quite a tumultuous timeline on Grey's Anatomy. Beginning in Season 1, Meredith and Derek were at the heart of the drama as their on-off relationship managed to involve every main character in some way or another. Although it did seem like the couple would never get their act together, MerDer defied their critics by overcoming several obstacles, including breakups, new relationships, and major secrets. Unfortunately, Meredith and Derek cannot be together anymore, since the neurosurgeon was killed off in Season 11. However, that doesn't mean that the writers forgot about this romance. While Meredith may have moved on, becoming an empowering role model for her children as well as a Catherine Fox Award-winning surgeon, formerly known as the Harper Avery, there have been moments where the writers paid tribute to Derek and their relationship by alluding to specific moments they. Season 1, Episode 8. Meredith and Derek have a one-night stand and casually begin dating image via ABC. While most pilot episodes introduce the main protagonist, Grey's Anatomy Season 1, Episode 1, A Hard Day's Night, took things a step further by setting up the Meredith and Derek relationship, which started with a one-night stand. Although Meredith had no intention of seeing him again, the writers hinted that this fling would be revisited, especially since the chemistry was too strong to waste. However, what no one expected was that Derek would turn up at the hospital where she worked, revealing himself to be one of Seattle Grace's new attendings. In a moment, this random one-night stand became the captivating hook the show hinged on, as viewers watched Meredith and Derek struggle to keep their professional and personal lives separate for weeks. Their hookup is one of the many ways Grey's Anatomy Season 19 referenced Season 1 as one of the new interns repeated Meredith's mistake of sleeping with one of the attendings just as the new season started. Of course, it didn't take long for Meredith to realize that something other than the power dynamic between them was amiss. Just a few episodes into Season 1, she had her doubts about whether a casual relationship with Derek was a good idea. Season 1, Episode 9, Season 2, Episode 4. After Meredith discovers Derek is married to Addison, she puts their romance on hold. At the beginning of Season 1, Episode 9, Who's Zoomin' Who?, Meredith and Derek's iconic Grey's Anatomy romance got more serious after Meredith confided in Derek about her mother's health. However, their relationship soon faced its first obstacle when this episode revealed that Derek had been married to Addison the entire time. It was a heartbreaking twist since Meredith had been so reticent to open up to Derek in the first place. However, it did heighten the drama overall between the Meredith and Derek relationship, as Addison announced in Season 2, Episode 1, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, that she was here to stay. While Meredith was willing to date Derek again once she learned the two were separated, she changed her mind after he revealed he was reconsidering ending his marriage in Season 2, Episode 4, Deny, Deny, Deny. The early episodes of Season 2 were a roller coaster for fans of the relationship. Season 2, Episode 5, 26. Derek chooses Addison over Meredith, and the two begin a dysfunctional friendship. Although Episode 5, Bring the Pain, saw Meredith beg Derek to choose her in the iconic Love Me scene, a scene Ellen Pompeo had a strong reaction to, over Addison and the neurosurgeon debate whether to end his marriage, Meredith got her heart broken in Episode 6, Into You Like a Train, as Derek refused to sign the divorce papers. While fans were shocked that he made this choice, the split proved to be for the best since it meant fans got to see Meredith grow more as an individual. It also meant they got to know Addison better. However, Meredith and Derek did end up reaching a truce in Episode 20, Band-Aid Covers the Bullet Hole, where they decided to try and be friends. Unfortunately, this peace didn't last very long since Derek began to get jealous over Meredith's romance with Finn Dandridge, leading him to fall out with her in Episode 24, Damage Case, and Episode 25, 17 Seconds, and have a major argument with Addison in Episode 26, Deterioration of the Fight or Flight Response. It was clear that despite the two of them trying to maintain a working relationship and even a friendship, that it wouldn't work out for them. Derek repeatedly chose to stay with Meredith at work rather than go home to the wife with whom he wanted to salvage a relationship. Derek kept allowing his feelings for Meredith to creep into his work and his marriage, despite the choice he made. Season 2, Episode 27, Season 3, Episode 7. Derek sleeps with Meredith and they get back together. With Derek now admitting to himself that he still had feelings for Meredith after arguing with both Meredith and Addison, it didn't take long before the romantic spark between Meredith and Derek ignited again as the two ended up sleeping together at the hospital's prom in Season 2, Episode 27. Given that they had strengthened their emotional compatibility, the writers hinted the characters would eventually give in to their passion again. The fans had to wait until Season 3 to see what happened with this iconic Meredith and Derek Grey's Anatomy storyline, as Meredith wasn't sure if she was ready, but in Season 3, Episode 7, Where the Boys Are, she agrees to start dating Derek again. This is, of course, after Derek has finalized his divorce from Addison and Mark Sloan has become a fixture at the hospital as a constant reminder of why Addison and Derek separated in the first place. It seems like the show is finally on the right track for pairing off these characters at this point, though there's still a long road ahead. Season 3, Episode 8, Season 3, Episode 25. Derek and Meredith date and break up again. Although Meredith and Derek continue dating again in Episode 8, Staring at the Sun, it didn't take long before the drama set in as the couple realized they had different plans for their future. When Derek made it clear to Meredith that he wanted them to build a life together, Meredith wasn't ready to be thinking about that since she was really struggling in the aftermath of her mother's death in Episode 17, Some Kind of Miracle. While the breakup in Episode 25, Didn't We Almost Have It All, felt inevitable since it helped prolong the will they